Isekai. You're probably familiar with this term. The sheer number of shows that come out each year from this genre has gotten to the point that many are just sick of it and would rather skip than watch the same formulaic anime. However, not every isekai is created equally. There is one which has gathered somewhat of a cult around it, one that is seen as the grandfather of modern isekai, using pre-existing tropes but executing them properly, one that truly has the right to call itself an isekai. Welcome to MushokuTensei. MushokuTensei is shaping up to be one of the best fantasy anime. Even though the plot is same as every other isekai, what sets it apart are the characters, animation, and the world building. Each character is unique and entertaining to unravel and observe. The progression of the characters also makes perfect sense and does not pose any problems. Rudius is most interesting to watch as he slowly grows and begins to develop throughout the series, beginning to understand that this is a real world in which he lives with real people, not just NPCs. His actions affect those around him in negative ways, and he tries to change himself to counteract that. All of the cast of MushokuTensei is entertaining in my opinion, and I've grown to root for some aspects of the characters to improve, which makes it all the better to see when they actually change in the direction which I want them to. Studio Bind did a great job in animation for the anime. We get to see some cool visuals and animation, and the art obviously was amazing. Honestly, the detailing in some scenes were amazing. The fight scenes were well choreographed and well animated. Everything was perfect. World building has become such an overblown thing in anime. It doesn't matter how many maps you can draw of the world, how many different species of dragon there are, or how many generic medieval town lookalikes there are. A bad anime will still be a bad anime. MushokuTensei masterfully saves time and enriches its world building by showing what its world looks like, what the people look like, how they live their lives, and what the landscape and creatures look like through its openings. Mushoku treats all its physical settings with time and attention to detail. The detailed clothes, customs, weaponry, and tools of each region do a good job of convincing the viewer of the plausibility of such a medieval world existing. The already great world building of the show is only enhanced by the stellar production value. Studio Bind, the studio behind MushokuTensei, was apparently brought together for the sole purpose of adapting this series, and it shows. The production studio did an amazing job of bringing the world and its characters to life. For a new studio, the animation and art quality is breathtaking. In the show, the scenery and composition shots were put together in a way that flows and pleases to viewers' eyes. The great sense of directing of its action and non-action scenes adds more enjoyment to its narrative. MushokuTensei's unique and authentic character designs made each of the characters stand out, even the secondary and non-essential characters. With its medieval fantasy setting, the world is also thoroughly explored. Overall, MushokuTensei is a unique story that deserves to be given a chance. An adventure story full of surprises, twists, great world building, and interesting character interactions. It is a fantasy which uses the isekai tropes at their best level and elevates them by a good story surrounding a big cast, amazing world building, and good character development. You can watch it as an introduction to this genre, or even if you are bored with all the same isekai with no effort put into them that we get nowadays. It's memorable and a good experience and very enjoyable as it progresses with some issues. MushokuTensei is truly the father of isekai.
Ui.